Hello and welcome everyone to another episode on Fichthal the MaizePlus experiment map. So I am selling a full tanker of milk at the moment. We are already on first day of the March, year number 2. And let me show you the situation with our cattle. So food is getting quite low, it's all in the red. And you can see slurry is getting quite up there, but it's not really dangerous yet. Straw is still good for a month or so. The food is also good for a month or so, and we got paid almost 28 something thousand. So yeah, a decent income, and the snow went away. The map, as you see, looks like it hasn't recovered. So if I go into this menu and open up, yeah, you can see basically everything is withered except for what I planted in my fields and what I manually saved. So yeah, that's really unfortunate because you will not experience the map as it's supposed to be experienced. I'm not sure what caused it, but I think it was the start in spring mod, which I ran at the start of this Let's Play, and it basically starts your game in spring instead of in summer. So you have more time to prepare your feed, more time to prepare your, well, whatever you are going to do. But on the other hand, it does do things like this, so that's really unfortunate. I might go around the whole map, but it's like more than 200 fields, so I'm not sure if I am going to do that. But yeah, let's just say that year was bad and every crop died. So yeah, I do apologize for this, but we are going to make sure we do as best as we can with the fields we do have. And if I need something else, I'm simply going to use the easy development mod to change crop type and everything else that comes with it. Just out of curiosity, let me see if there are any contracts available. No, we also don't have any contracts, so it looks like the fields are not going to be updated at all. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. I will check on our fields and the growth state, but I think they're not ready to be harvested for full crop silage, for example. So yeah, I'm gonna have to think about something. Maybe I'll just buy TMR, or maybe I'll buy the, what's it called, the silage, and then make TMR myself, because I still have plenty of other ingredients. Well, not plenty, but some. I think I have enough for 3 mixes, which is 90,000 liters of TMR. You know, it's something. Okay, so I've had some issues with my save game, and it was actually the mod Start in Spring that was breaking down this map. As you remember, these fields were all full of withered crop, unharvested and everything, and now the map has practically reset, as you can see, and it's still resetting. So some fields are now cultivated, some fields are now harvested, and some are still withered, but yeah, it's a big difference. I I wasn't aware. I was afraid we were going to have to end the series because I was unable to save the game. But it looks like it's fixed now. Knock on wood. And I will be able to continue. So what I'm thinking of is, I think I should buy a forage harvester after I sell this milk. Yeah, I'm thinking of buying a forage harvester. I believe I have one downloaded that is... let's wait to see how much money we earn from this milk. So we are over 200,000 pounds, euros, excuse me. Okay, around 15,000. Anyway, I think I have a forage harvester mod downloaded, which is very inexpensive. Yeah, Jaguar for 60,000. So we can definitely afford this. It's an older model of a class. I have seen one of these live, but it was, I think it was John Deere, also a very similar model. So let me see what we can do. We don't need 400 horsepower. Nah. Wheel brand. Yeah, kinda doesn't matter. Additional weights. Probably not. Silage additives. Yes, I do definitely want to have silage additives. Does it change anything? No, it doesn't. So yeah, something like this for 62,000. And let's see what can we put on. So we have the regular forage harvester head for corn and maize. I mean, for corn and sunflowers. I don't know what this is, and we have this disc. Direct disc. You can put these straight into your grassland and it will cut the grass and mulch it and throw it into your hopper. Or you can use a pickup that picks the grass up, but it needs to be mowed and rowed before you can do that. So I believe this 6-row corn header is the Jaguar 695. Yeah, Jaguar 695. So that is a compatible head for this. How much was it? 16,000. So okay, we can get it for 78,000. The whole lot. Which is enough. We have enough money, I mean. And yeah, I will try to put in some what's it called? Some corn in two, possibly two of our fields, because that would be optimal. We can harvest so chop corn and put it straight into our bunker right there at the farm. I could do it with the direct disc cutter and maybe lease a field of wheat, barley, oats. These three are the crops you can use for direct cutting, but they need to be in the last before harvest stage. So the dark green stage is perfect for that. And you can simply cut grass. I think grass is not yet ready to be cut. Still needs a bit time to grow. But yeah, animal-wise, we are quite low on feed. So if that becomes the case, I'm going to calculate how much TMR costs, and I'm gonna buy a trailer load, maybe two, and dump it straight into our cow shed. And I do need to sort out the straw. It's getting very low, and I need to sort out the slurry, which is also getting quite full. The slurry pit that's under the cow shed. But yeah, getting a forage harvester might be a good thing for our farm. I think we'll definitely be able to make use of it. So these are a few fields that are sown with barley and wheat that can be cut and put straight into the whole crop silage. So for those of you who don't know, whole crop silage means that you have got the wheat, barley or oats one stage before ready to harvest. And you can cut it with mowers, windrow it, and then pick it up with a forage wagon or with a forage harvester with a pickup head. The alternative is you can go straight into the field with a disc head that cuts the crop, and then you put it through the forage harvester and it comes back ready to be dumped into the silage pit. So this is the state of our animals. We have quite low feed. I think we use around 25,000 liters per day. So we still have for a few days buffer, but not much. Straw is also getting low. I can top that up right now, and I think I'm gonna do that. Now, which tractor to use? Which tractor to use for this? Right, I need to move this out of the way. I'm running around like a headless chicken. Yeah, our straw blower is over here, so I can put it onto our Deutz-Fahr. That should be plenty powerful enough to do this. And it's still on row crop tires. Awesome. Looking at this, I might even be able to load straw into the blower right here where it's parked. Maybe scoot just a little bit forward. Alright. And I need another tractor to move the mixer wagon out of the way. But yeah, I must say, I have already made a video or end the video with a game-changing bug and all that. I have even uploaded it. But then I started to think we were having trouble when we came to March. So February was still good, but March wasn't good anymore. And I started thinking maybe, just maybe, it's starting spring mod. Maybe it's engaging where it shouldn't. And so I went and I disengaged that. And actually it worked. So yeah, I'm stoked. Because I have quite a lot of episodes on this Let's Play and quite a lot of work put into it. And it would be a shame if all this went away. Just because every time I try to save a game, it would crash, you know. So yeah, good news. Fixed it. As I can see, hay-wise, we are still good for 6 loads. That is 120,000 liters. Is it more? 6 times 30, it's 180,000. Excuse me. My math was wrong. No. So yeah, always be careful when you're using your equipment without good safety precautions. I mean, thankfully I landed on the bale. But I would describe this as not a good situation. Not good at all. Let me make a screenshot. Anyway, solved that little issue. It wouldn't be so little in real life, but well, thankfully it's a game, so I can simply turn on super strength and take. Oh, right. I have to go in the other way. Anyway, I turned on super strength and I simply lifted out the skid steer. But yeah, people don't do that. It's not very advisable to drive into a hole. with your wheel loader or any other vehicle, as a matter of fact. And while this is working, I do want to check another thing, and that is how much the grass has grown. Is it ready to be cut? But I'm not sure. Is it ready to be cut? And I turn the field info on. Like here. Okay, it says ready to harvest. So it might actually be ready to harvest. I don't remember. Usually a grass, when it's ready to be harvested, has some, you know, flowers or something like that to indicate the last growth stage. But this one doesn't have anything in particular. Okay, let's see how that impacted our cows. Okay, it added quite a lot. We were down to 6,000, if you remember. Now let's go get another. So have you ever had a day when everything seems to be going wrong, nothing just works, everything is, you know, it demands effort to get going and to keep going. Today seems to be a day like this for me. I seem to keep having trouble. Yeah, right. I seem to keep having issues with stuff I want to do. I can't really have things going. For example, I thought my steering wheel broke, but then I noticed that the vehicle was turned off, and when it's turned off, of course your wheels don't work, and of course your your pedals don't work and stuff like that. So yeah, I have to say I'm glad I don't have experiences like this too often, but you know, they are still here sometimes. So let's see what I've done. Yeah, sure, let me just manually fix this. So yeah, it's one of those days. A good thing is that even days like this pass. So even if you have them, don't fret. They're gonna go away sooner or later. Better sooner than later, but it is what it is. Okay, so this is gonna give our cows around 22,000 liters of straw, which should be somewhere around here, which is plenty. Slurry, we still have some space, and feed, we still have some. But I really am thinking of waiting for another day to get to the 3rd day of March. And then I think I will exchange the mowers I was talking about a few episodes ago, so and use the Valtra with reverse steering. So we're gonna have a few expenses, maybe even lease a tractor for the time being. But yeah, I have to make it work somehow, so it is what it is. Yeah, you can see straw is already in the orange state. Just one of those days. Alright, and we're nearing the end. I will wait with the remainder of straw. I think this is going to be plenty for now, because if my information is correct, cattle do not use as much straw in the warmer months than they use in the colder months. So I think we're good for now. But I desperately need to get going on silage. And again, if I put all my 3 fields into the bunker, I'm gonna empty it in one feeding session. So we have to think about more grassland, and preferably chop it straight in with a forage harvester. You don't have to be using, you know, mowers and then windrowers and then pick it up and put it into the silage pit. You go straight into the field with a mower on the front and forage harvester, and then you put everything into your silage pit. So you get rid of 2 steps. You just need to mow and chop, that's 1 step, and put it into silage pit, that's step number 2. Let me turn this off so I can easily close the door. But yeah, look at the graphic representation of how much feed we still have. Sad. It's a sad situation. But I will sort it out, I promise. My cows will not go hungry. I'm just not happy about how you are not able to measure if your grass is fully grown, because ready to harvest is grass even in the middle stage, you know. I'm not sure if we are already fully grown, but I think not. I think there's one more stage, and I do want to wait for it, because there's no use in mowing and getting a small bit if we need to have as much as we possibly can. Okay, so silage, grass silage and maize silage. Let me check something. If I want to change the recipe to so this is pig food, standard and realistic. Can we put in the whole crop silage? Yes, we can, up to 90%. So if I want to use whole crop silage, I need to put the recipe on realistic, and then we have to put in grass silage, maize silage, and also we can use whole crop silage, clover silage, or alfalfa. I can show you like this. So this is the minimum requirement, and this is the most you can have in the mix. So grass silage 10% up to 90, you know, grass silage, we are already producing that. Maize silage is from corn, also 10 to 90, so you need to have both grass and maize to make a successful feeding mix. But then you can add whole crop silage also up to 90%, and then you can have beet pulp silage, brewer's grain silage. So there's so many options you can put in, but these are quite low. And if we have grain grist up to 15% of the mix, okay, awesome. So that's around 4,500 liters, I think, for a 30,000 liter load. And you can also put in molasses, filtered water. Filtered water is good because it's very cheap. And grain grist we are also going to be producing ourselves when we harvest both wheat and barley. And then we can have potato cuts, beet pellets, beet pulp. I don't think we can produce beet pulp, we can only buy it, if I'm correct on this one. So sugar beet cut, we can do that. We have a bucket for cutting sugar beet, which might be a good option if we get a field of, let me see if there's anything more planted by now. No. But sugar beet, yeah, we could plant a field or lease a field that has sugar beet in it, and we could put that into our milling head. So if I show you, that's the bucket. No, not the wheel loader, but front loader. Yeah, this Fliegel Ruby. You put in sugar beet and then it cuts it out, and you get a cut beet, which is sugar beet cut. You know, this input. So that's up to 20%, that's up to 6,000 liters, which does sound very interesting, very tempting. You know, if we have, for example, a 30,000 liter load, and we put in 6,000 liters of sugar beet cut, and then we are left with 24,000, so we need to put 12,000 of maize silage and 12,000 of grass silage, and we're basically done. Or we can put in some other things also, grain grist for example, for another 4,500. That's already 10,500 liters, and we're left with 20,000. So 10,000 on grass silage, 10,000 on maize silage, which would mean, this is now a sudden realization, which would mean that if we do this, let me turn off the machines. If we do this, we are actually gonna be able to keep our silage for longer, because at the moment I was doing mixes of 1,000 liters, 1,000 liters and 1,050 liters of mineral feed and 1,000 liters of filtered water. That's 2,050, and you're left with 28,000. So we put in 9,000 liters of hay, and we were left with almost 20,000 liters of silage, which in retrospect makes sense that I used the whole silage bunker if I used 20,000 liters per, or 19,000 liters per mix. But if we do potato cut, if we do grain grist, we actually use only 10,000. That's around half the silage. Right. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to write this down and have a think about it, how I should go. I can also put in ordinary hay. But yeah. That would mean our silage would last a whole lot longer than it has. Okay, this might have been a mistake on my part, or miscalculation, not actually a mistake, because I haven't done anything wrong as such, but I just used the wrong recipe, used the wrong inputs, and then I had, you know, empty silage bunkers. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. Okay. Well, this will be it for this episode. It was quite a stressful day, so I do apologize for a bit of an unconventional one. But I will sort everything out in the meantime. The map is sorting itself out, which is a blessing, because I was really disappointed with everything being just withered and not changing. I can actually save the game now, you know, for I think I had, you know, maybe half an hour or 2 hours. Yeah, I think it was 2 hours of messing around with saving games and breaking it and then reloading and trying again, and yeah, that was really bad. But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you had fun. And I promise I will sort things out till next time. I wish everything good for you and see you next time. Bye bye.